Anil Agarwal joins us, founder and Executive Chairman of the Vedanta Group. Mr. Agarwal, good morning. Thank you for joining us. As one of India's largest and most diversified miner, whose growth is closely related to the GDP of India, do you think the budget announcements will help, bring growth back?
No, they're two different things. One is, of course, everything is connected to the GDP. One thing is, the first thing they have addressed is the agriculture and the poor segment, poor people. Upliftment of the poor, eradicating poverty. And the way they have addressed, if you see the warehousing, NABARD, Food Corporation, how they can enhance the realization of our farmers. They have addressed the fertilizer. They have addressed the solar, how the solar can be set up in the pump. So these things are very well addressed, and I think there'll be agriculture, poor was the first thing. Then you come to the business, the way, this is the first time in 30 years where I've seen the wealth creator has been appreciated. All over the world, this is the first thing, but thank you very much. Saying to some wealth creator, it will go a long way. This is a country of entrepreneur, and they have said we will encourage the entrepreneur. And that will also go long way because they take risk. And while taking a risk, they need support. So this was very highlight, dividend tax, overhaul. They have done whatever best they could have done for this country.
Mr. Agarwal, the government doesn't have enough fiscal ammunition to push for growth, and we all know that. How should they find that balance between fiscal prudence and growth? We saw them trying to maintain that balance in this budget, but would you have liked to see differently?
I think going forward, what we are looking, the major growth will come when the privatization, corporatization of the public sector will happen. Because this has the capacity to increase production almost 3 times. We have done it 5 times. And once they become independent, when the 13 banks, 14 banks, when they become independent, they will create massive growth in this country. The biggest thing will happen when the microfinance, which is the flavor of the world, India, whoever has an Aadhaar card, can get up to 2 lakh rupees loan. Government should not come in between. Government is a regulator. The bank will come, the people will come, because the recovery is the best into the microfinance. People can get up to 2 lakhs. Anybody want to buy buffalo or chai ka dukan or a auto rickshaw, anything they want to do, they can start. And these things are more important, and that will add to one is the public sector, one is the mining. Mining is so important, whether it's a coal, gold is so important. One thing, while they are doing the corporatization or privatization, they should do it as it is. If they are thinking to stripping the asset, remodeling the whole thing, will take a lot of time. The time is the factor, and I'm definitely looking with this budget, and 2020 शगुन का टाइम है. ये 2020 बात करने से लगता है कि अच्छा है. I'm really hopeful that 2020 is, and going forward will be good for India.
Right. Speaking of privatization, Mr. Agarwal, very ambitious target of 2.1 lakh crore rupees of disinvestment because of LIC as well as BPCL. Based on your communication, will Hindustan Zinc feature there, and are you still the ready buyer?
I was the buyer, but I think government want to, whatever I feel that they want to be very transparent process. So I have no idea where we are going, but I think the process, we have created the world-class value, and this is the example we have said that 500 crore can turn around to thousands and thousands of crore. So this is I'm very confident that they will take that decision, and my biggest thing is our judiciary. Judiciary is also understanding more and more nowadays that how important is a job, how important is the trade, how important is the industry. And we are very much connected with the judiciary. And this is, I'm very thankful that judiciary is now understanding the sense of urgency to run the industry. And this will also help in whatever you're talking about government target to fulfill.
Right. What's your view on the DDT being next now as a promoter, as a foreign company with Indian unit? This is beneficiary?
According to me, this is the best thing can happen on the dividend tax, and this will go again long way. They have done as much as possible. They have also said the biggest thing was all the thousands of dispute for no reason, for tax after tax, interest after interest. They says we are interested in the principal amount, and you come to the table, we will settle the case. You will see this will be again a big game changer. Huge message will go on the retrospective tax, how the litigation happened in India. This whole thing has been addressed, and this whole India today is a very high on the digital and technology, and everything government himself also taking all the decision. If you see, all the auctions are through digital. So this movement which is going on will result into again creating a massive job and eradicating poverty.
Now, when it comes to your industry, I suppose the budget left miners wanting for more. There was no provisioning that would address issues like stagnating mining exploration, kickstarting dead mines. Nothing came.
No, India has not been explored. And I really don't know why we should thank and salute people who are doing the exploration. Because today technology has changed to the helicopter, to the aerial, to the drone. So much advance has happened where you don't have to dig. And we have not done even 10% of exploration what other country has done. And I'm looking forward where our youth can be a junior miner and they can do the exploration, and then they can have a right on developing the mine, or they can sell what they have developed. So these things are going to happen. There is no question the exploration will not be given a priority. Number two is very important that the mining will give the biggest revenue to the government. And first of all, whatever the government sector has the mine, can we open up, always keeping in the mind our environment.
Sure. Mr. Agarwal, since you're so bullish, will you be one of the companies to bid for a commercial coal mine in the upcoming auctions?
Definitely, we will bid any area which we understand. I'm very focused on the mining and the technology. You have sterlite technology, anything which I'm very keen at this age. How can I serve my country? Money is the byproduct. If you see our optical fiber, what we have done, we are the second largest producer of optical fiber. We are solution provider. We BharatNet, anywhere if you go, we lay the cable, we develop the system integration, we also create a software. So this is also will help all our farmers, all our villagers to connect to the main town, to main hub, to all the panchayat. So whatever business we have, whether it's oil and gas, whether we produce aluminum, zinc, silver, on technology side, sterlite telecommunication, we always look at one centric is how it is helping our country, how we are creating job, how we are creating wealth for our country. This is the major focus we have.
Yep. So still though, wouldn't the fall in commodity prices during the coronavirus impact Indian companies, or are you not seeing it reflect so much in Indian prices?
For 2020, for Vedanta will be one of the best year. We will produce the second largest oil in the country. We will be producing the second largest gas in the country. will be the largest producer of the zinc in the world, will be the largest producer of silver in the world, will be producing 3 million ton integrated aluminum. You can imagine when we started with the Balco, 100,000 ton, we are reaching to 3 million ton. We are looking iron ore, we are looking copper. Very unfortunate when the plant shut down and judiciary and the government are realizing, see the institution being built at 25 years, the jet airway shutting down, is break the heart. You can do anything to penalize the people, but we should not kill the institution. So it's very important that the production should not stop, whether it's a Tuticorin or whether it's a Goa, and I'm looking forward the production to be increased. And I'm optimistic about 2020.
Okay, on that note, Mr. Agarwal, great to have you on the show. Thank you so much for taking the time out and speaking with us today.